UT Martin head coach Jason Simpson, the Skyhawks, pulled off a dramatic win at Tennessee Tech overtime, the #1 play of the day on SportsCenter to win it there. Remained one loss in association play, can clinch at least a share of the title with a win this week when they host SEMO, team they shared the title with last year. So, Coach, just some thoughts on your team, and then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, great. Obviously exciting game and went on the last play and unbelievable catch. Very, Coach Alexander's team, don't know that we're very fortunate to win. Very fortunate to win. 3 turnovers, just did everything that you shouldn't do and still win a game. Okay, but give their kids credit. They fought and they had the lead. And it came down to to one play. And so, like I said, very impressed with their team and what Dwayne's done there. He had a freshman quarterback threw 5 touchdown passes against us, and so and then got the #1 ranked defense, coming into that game, and they're good. They're good. They're well coached. They got a good scheme, and like I said, we're very fortunate to win the game. Now, with that being said, very proud of our players to be down by 14 and to keep competing and, to find a way. Sometimes that's the way it's got to happen on the road. Look how close all the conference games were this past week. It doesn't matter what something says statistically. You have to go and play. When you're on the road, it's a problem. So to be able to find a way to, to get a win, I am proud of that. And we're very fortunate to come away with a win.
Championship teams have to find a way to win. Is that accurate?
No, it's true. You'd like to be a team that, that dominates defensively or scores 50 points each week. But, just we're not necessarily built like, maybe last year's team or the 21 team. We're just kind of, finding a way. And then you put that with, turn the ball over and all the trick plays hit against us and good execution by Tennessee Tech. Like I said, before you know it, you look up and you're down. You're down 14 points in the fourth quarter. So once again, very fortunate to come out with a win.
So you're going to play SEMO this weekend. The all-time series is 19-19. So the note I looked up, you all played every year since 1991, except last year when the scheduling quirk, you didn't play. You shared the title. You had to have the coin flip. Just talk first. Can you talk about that? Like, you've had a good rivalry with them, but you haven't played them since 2021. But you all have been at the top of the league the last couple of years.
Can't say enough about Coach Tuke and what he's done with that program. It may be 19-19, but it feels like I'm about 1-18 against Tuke since he's been there. The defense is hard. You can't hardly run the ball against it. Against that scheme. They've got the best wide receiver in the league and the most established running back in the league. And, so it's a problem. I think, I send a letter every year. I think I've gotten 2, 3, or 4 raises since he's been there, because we hadn't beat him. Okay. Then we beat him one time. So, I think he's probably the highest paid coach in the league now. At least he deserves to be. So, but that's how much respect I have for what he's done there. And so it's going to be a tough game. We're at home. They win the next 2 games, right? They win the championship. We win this week, then at least we tie or a piece of the championship. So big game. Luckily, we're at home and trying to get ready to go.
So last year, the coin flip, your fate was in the hands of the coin flip. Your at-large resume wasn't quite there. This year, there's no coin flip, but your at-large resume is there. So it's sort of the flip side of this. If you win your last 2 games, you're going to be in the playoffs at 9-2. So talk about how maybe last year there's a bitter taste in your mouth. This year's a little different so far.
No, you're right. We knew that, only being 7-4 last year that needed to win, the coin flip. And it was very, very disappointing. Fired up. We won the game, beat East Illinois, go share the championship undefeated. And then 30 minutes later, lose the coin flip and we're out. So, a lot of our players remember that. I don't think it has any bearing, on the game. Now disappointing and you said it, and I understand, you got to win, the next 2 games to get 9-2 to get in the playoffs. I'd be very disappointed if that was necessarily the case. With 10 teams now in our league, that would be, in my opinion, a big slap in the face of this league if that's what it's going to take to, if you don't get the, automatic bid. I would hope that our resume catches people's eye, and we've got a quality team.
We've talked about in the past, membership has changed. So some of the teams that you have been rivals with over the year aren't in the OVC, but SEMO seems like obviously you're all close, 90 minutes apart, whatever. Like, how has this really become a rivalry? Maybe as opposed to when you first started and it wasn't a true rivalry between you two.
Yeah, like I said, I think we beat them probably 9 of the first 10 years. And then, like I said, Toop got there and totally changed the complexion of that team. And like I said, I think if you go back and look at my record, it's it might be 500. I don't even think it's 500 against them in the last 7 or 8 years. So no, it is. I think the rivalry's there because we are close and they beat us more than other teams have. So like I said, once again, have nothing but respect for them, and we know the challenges that they bring coming in here this week.
Last question, we'll let you go. What is maybe one key thing your team needs to do differently than they've done the last couple of weeks to win this game?
Yeah. I mean, the statistics say this. I think we've given up probably 8 touchdown passes in the last 2 weeks. Okay. Now we're like SEMO, right? We're built to stop the run first and make you have to throw it. I mean, that's, but we've got to be able to make some of those plays. We hadn't got any turnover. We've got 1 turnovers in 3 weeks. Okay. We're -7 in the turnover margin. I think they're +5 or +7. So, we got to, we got to take care of the ball. We got to get some takeaways. Our statistics last 2 weeks, if you look at it, right, we've barely rushed for 100 yards, in the last 2 weeks. Okay. Now teams are taking certain things away from us. And, luckily we've been able to, throw the ball around, and our guys thrown 8 touchdown passes in the past 2 weeks. So, we're going to do what's necessary to have success in the game. But if you told me that, I'd say we got to get some takeaways and we can't turn it over.
I thought of one more. How has their backup quarterback been since the other quarterback got hurt?
Well, big win, they beat Tennessee Tech 28-3, right? We had to go to overtime. All right. So that's one thing. We go and beat Nichols. All right. On the road, who I guess beat Incarnate Word this week. So, still got the best receiver in the league. At some point, he's going to get single coverage. Okay. Zone coverage turns into man. So at some point, the ball's going up to him, and he's an outstanding player. And then you got the back that's most established of any back in probably one of the history of this league, with the patience, and you don't want it to get down to, 1 possession game, because the quarterback can run around too, and he's willing to throw his body around. And so, like I said, challenges at all 3 positions, and got to be ready to go.
Coach, thanks for your time as always. Best of luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.